What's up? New Manchester here, back with another video, and this video is a follow up to the video that I did in Liberty City about the Liberty City water supply. I mean the people who work there and the water that they give to the citizens of Liberty City. Um, I'm gonna read some reviews on the Liberty City Water Supply Corporation office, and I am on Google Maps, so I'm gonna go ahead and check this out. Okay. There's that place right there. I mean, that's where I was when I did the previous video. Okay. Okay. Liberty City Water Supply Corporation. Okay. It has 4 reviews. Okay, I'm gonna read all these reviews. I'm gonna read all of them. Okay. This one is from Brittany Profit, and she says this about the Liberty City Water Supply Corporation office/building. This is what she says. Here's her comment. Pretty much the worst place and people you could ever deal with. I kind of agree with that. Yeah, there's this woman who works there. She has like long curly light brown hair, and well, I don't know what her name is. I mean, she probably won't introduce herself because I remember when I talked to her, talked to her about the problems I had with the toilet in my the toilet in one of the bathrooms in my house. I mean, they just kept running. I told her about the problem, and she wanna know why the why I had such a very expensive water bill, and why come the water readings showed that I was using way too much water. Because of that, when I was explaining this to her, she just typed on the computer, and she just looked on the computer, and she just completely ignored me. Then when I got done talking, then she started talking about something else that I wasn't even talking about. And the way she was talking, she had to act like what I said just didn't matter. And she told me to throw these 2 tablets in the toilet and see if the water in the toilet will change colors. If it changed colors, I have a pipe leak or something like that. I don't know. I mean, and this woman is rude, and she'll argue with you at the drop of a hat if you talk to her about a problem, and she just argue with you. I remember one day I went to pay a water bill, and I paid this other water bill with this woman, the woman with the light brown curly hair. She has like pale white skin, by the way. I mean, I remember one day I went to pay the water bill, and I saw this guy who was sitting in front of this computer, sitting in front of this computer. I mean, it was near this. Well, it was around this like help desk area, and he was sitting down on the computer. I said, and there was nobody at the desk, and the one woman with the light brown curly hair wasn't around. So I said, hello. When I said that, he just completely ignored me, like I just didn't exist. I said hello again. He didn't turn to see I was there, and he just completely ignored me. Then the light brown curly hair woman showed up. I handed her the bill and the check. She stamped the water bill, ripped one part of it off, and gave one part to me and said thank you and have a nice day. I didn't say anything to her at all. Okay. So yeah, the woman with the light brown curly hair. I mean, she she likes to argue with people, and she argued with me. Like, she argued with everybody. She gives everybody a hard time, and including this person, Brittany Prophet, I guess. Yeah, yeah, those people there are terrible. I mean, I don't know what it is. Like, they want to make themselves look important, and that's why they act the way they act. And and why do you want to be so important for? I mean, they work in some building out in the woods, out in the sticks, out in the forest. I mean, they're just a bunch of like small town people, and and they try to make themselves look important, and that's all it is. Like, they try to make themselves look important, and that's why they act the way they act. Like, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, they don't even live in the big city. I mean, Liberty City is not a big city, and like, nobody never heard of Liberty City, Texas. I mean, it's just some small unknown place that's not even a city. It doesn't have a police department. It doesn't have a fire department. Well, it has a fire department. It's called a Liberty. It's called the Sabine Volunteer Fire Department, and that place is and that place has the worst fire person has the worst firefighters I've ever seen. I mean, I went back and forth with these two pathetic, worthless firefighters over me nearly running one of them over, and if you see a fire truck, I mean, you stop, and all this stuff. And I mean, it was the worst detour blockade that fire department ever put together. I mean, and they suck at it. I mean, and it's funny. It's funny. I mean, I remember one of the one of those firefighters, the fat one that chewed me out. He was here in my house with the paramedics and the Gregg County deputy sheriffs. I mean, and he asked me some questions like, yeah, I saw who he was and I recognized him. He came and asked me some questions about how my sister fell and how she passed out and all. And I said this in another video. It's the KOOI Sunny 106.5 FM video. And he asked me some questions. I told him like how my sister passed out. And he didn't have a notepad or anything. He wrote everything on this plastic glove that he wore on one of his hands, and he just wrote it down. I mean, it's just pathetic. I mean, be professional and have a notepad and just write down everything that I say to you. It's just pathetic. You got a pathetic fire department in Liberty City, Texas, and you got a pathetic, sorry excuse of a water supply corporation that gives like bad water to everybody, that has like salt and solvent in it, and if you drink a lot of it, it'll give you hypertension, aka high blood pressure. It's ridiculous. I mean, you guys don't want to. To all my subscribers, well, I don't know. I got some Canadian subscribers. They don't give a damn about this, but to my recent new subscriber, Damien from the UK. Hey, man, you don't want to live here. You don't want to live in Liberty City, Texas. This place is horrible, and it is. Yeah, there's some nice people here and there, but there's some crap here, and you don't want to live here. Okay, so I agree with Brittany Prophet about the worst people in this place. Here's another one here's another one. This guy is an idiot. His name is Keelan Green, and he says this: I love this water. You like this water? Like, How can you love this water? I mean, this water has solvent slash salt in it. This water is terrible. It's contaminated. It's this water is contaminated. I mean, if you drink it, I mean, it'll give you high it'll give you high blood pressure. You love this water, like this guy's an idiot. Like, what a goof. I mean, hey Brandon, Captain Brandon Horror Lover. I mean, what do you think of this guy? I mean, think this guy's an idiot? I mean, he likes this water that the Liberty City Water Supply Corporation is giving to everybody in Liberty City, and this water is contaminated and it has salt and solvent in it, and if you drink a lot of it, it'll give you high blood pressure. This water is, I mean, this water is terrible. I mean, and it is. Well, this person right here will back me up. Her name is Nihels Hoggage, and she says this: absolute worst customer service and charge the most for reconnect. So please don't ever forget never forget to pay your bill. My fault. And the water here tastes the worst. I agree with that. Almost as bad as Glade water, and it looks like it's dirty. Yeah, this water is bad. And here's the last one from Ariana Morgan. Worst customer service I ever dealt with in my entire life. So, I agree with Ariana Morgan, Michelle Hogan, Brittany Prophet, and I disagree with Keelan Green. Okay, I'm gonna go back to what Michelle Hogan said. She says, please don't ever forget to pay your bill. Yeah, if you don't pay your bill, they're gonna really act stupid with you. And they are, like, they're gonna act like total jackasses. And if you try to talk to them, they will totally ignore you. But not all the people in the Liberty City Water Supply Corporation are all jackasses and are all clowns. I could be wrong, but there's one old lady there. She's real nice. I mean, she's the most nicest, the most decent person there. I don't know. She didn't give me a hard time there, I mean, every time I paid the water bill there, I'm always there, always there, on time. And she always says this every time I come there: you're always on time when you pay your water bill, when you pay the water bill. And that's what she said. So yeah, I mean, I'm unemployed right now, and I'm not gonna look for this place to hire me because because of race. I'm black. There's some racism up in there in this place. They're not gonna hire me. I mean, and it's this thing here where I live here in East Texas, and especially Liberty City, Texas. They act like the white people act like all black people are stupid, and they're smart, and they have this mindset. I mean, I've seen the most dumbest white people around here, around here, and they're not that smart, really. I mean, you got people. I mean, especially this light brown curly hair woman who works at the Liberty City Water Supply Corporation office building. I mean, she's not that smart. I mean, and she's not. I mean, and in those firefighters at the Sabine Volunteer Fire Department, they can't even do their job right. I mean, they are the worst. I mean, I mean, I mean, they can't conduct. I mean, they don't know how to conduct traffic or around a potential fire hazard on a highway. I mean, they can't even do that. I mean, and going back to this woman with the light brown curly hair. I mean, she don't. I mean, she is totally incompetent, and she can't even do her job right. That's just pathetic. I mean, ugh. I mean, and but the white people here all think that all black people are dumb. Not exactly. I mean, this is how I look at things. You know, I mean, men and women. I mean, there's stupid women, there's smart women. There's stupid men, there's smart men. I mean, black people and white people. I mean, white people are not superior and smart, and black people are not a bunch of dumb Neanderthal knuckle dragging idiots. I mean, black people are not like that. It's like this: all white people. There's some smart white people, and there's some dumb white people. Same thing with black people. There's some dumb black people, and there's some smart black people. And I hate this racial profiling bullshit. I mean, where white people who practice racial profiling wanna deem all black people as thieves and criminals. I'm like, I mean, you got a bunch of white people going around chopping people's heads off and going on mass shootings, and you want to put the evil eye on black people and think they're all criminals and they're all murderers and shit. Like, I mean, this country is a joke. I mean, my friend Captain Brennan Horror Lover, who commented on my American woman versus foreign woman video, and he said this. He said this. He said this when he commented on the fat woman in the video, the fat chick. I mean, he said this. So what did he say? He said this. He said, I mean, what a joke. I mean, this bitch is almost 80 pounds. 80 pounds, you know, and people in America need to eat healthier. They need to drink more water, and they need to stay away from real snacks. I mean, like foods and snacks that are high in fat, high in cholesterol, and high in sugar. I think that's what he's talking about. I think he's saying that Americans need to stop eating stop eating all this crap, and they need to drink more water. That's true, but you know, in Liberty City, I mean, that's not the case. I mean, how can they drink more and more water? And the water here is so contaminated and has like salt and chemicals in it that will give you high blood pressure. I mean, and we got people in Flint, Michigan who got lead in their water, and you go to the southern states like Mississippi and Alabama, and they got feces in their water. I mean, you know, it doesn't matter where you go in America. I mean, I could be wrong, but the water in this country is just contaminated. It's just filled to the brim with all kinds of crap and garbage. They're just bad for people's health all around. Yeah, you know, that's why you got people going to grocery stores and buying cases of bottled water. I mean, that water is safe to drink, but I could be wrong. That bottled water is probably bad. I could be wrong. I don't know. Could be good or could be bad. I don't know, but but that's the only water that you can drink. I mean, you can't drink this. You can't drink this crap water from the Liberty City Water Supply Corporation in Liberty City, Texas, or anywhere else in America. So yeah. Um yeah, so that's why I got so that's what I so that's my follow up to the talking in Liberty City, Texas video. That's already up on my channel. And this video is just a follow up. And yeah, I agree with I agree with the absolute worst customer service, and how the people how the people are at the Liberty City Water Supply Corporation office. I mean, every time I go there, I mean, every time I set foot in that place to pay a water bill, I mean, it just hits me like a ton of bricks inside. Like it just crushes me. Like it just makes me just miserable. I mean, I mean, giving that bill to that bitch there. I mean, it just in that light brown curly hair woman, which is the bitch that I'm talking about. I mean, she's just a prime example of the people in America, and it's like this. I mean, you can't talk to anybody here. You can't form a friendship, or just you can't submit a friendship. You can't talk or communicate with people. I mean, you can't talk to anybody unless it's business related. I mean, that goes for like strangers too. Like, I mean, you ain't gonna talk to people unless it's business related. And if I try to talk to this woman, she will totally ignore me. I could talk to the nice old lady there, but not to the curly hair bitch there. So yeah, I mean, you know, Brittany Prophet, Michelle Hoggins, and Ariana Morgan, these people are just typical brain dead mainstream Americans. I agree with what they're saying, but I don't agree with Keelan Green. I agree with what Brittany and Michelle and Ariana saying about the Liberty City Water Supply Corporation office, but you can't talk to them either. You probably can't, because they're in the bubble, and you can't communicate with them. And looking at Brittany Prophet's thumbnail, she's probably one of these liberal PC PC easily offended people who you can't talk to. If you talk to them about something, they'll just blow up and get mad at you. I mean, if you accidentally say something like too conservative, I don't care too much about conservatives and liberals. If you say something that's totally conservative, I mean, it will turn her off, and she probably act stupid with you, or she probably just get angry and just blow up at you. Michelle Hogan, she's probably one of those hardcore AME church Bible thumping, wackos who are just totally oblivious to like what's going on. I've been around people like her, probably. I've been around people like her, and they just make me sick to my stomach. I can't stand these people. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on the Liberty City Water Supply Corporation office in Liberty City, Texas. Um, actually, I don't live in Liberty City. I live near it. I get water from the Liberty City Water Supply Corporation. I also get electricity from Gilmer. That's like from Gilmer, a city that's like I don't know how many. It's about I don't know how many miles Gilmer is from here. Matter of fact, I'll go check. Matter of fact, I'll go check. I don't say Gilmer is about like 20 to 30 miles from here. I mean, I get my electricity from them. And when a storm comes out, and when the storm comes around and it just knocks the power out, and I'll be in the dark. And some people who live in the same neighborhood that I live in, um, they still have power, and I don't. Uh, yeah. Even though me and these people who live in Liberty City, I live outside of it. We don't have a Liberty City address that doesn't exist. We just have an address from. Some of us have an address from a city called Kilgore, and some of us have an address from a city called Glatewater. I have a Glatewater address. So yeah. And and Glatewater, Texas is a dump anyway. Anyway, just want to make this video. All right. See you later.